And we begin with the news alert from Lake St. Clair, where crews are searching for a missing jet skier. You're looking live from Brandenburg Park. A massive search taking place in Anchor Bay. The Coast Guard says 2 people were jet skiing when they went into the water. One person had a life jacket and has been rescued and is now hospitalized. The other jet skier is still missing. Make sure you stay with Fox 2 for updates.
Also tonight, the business name is Detroit Hookah. So what is it doing selling weed?
Fox 2 reported on the store after we learned the drug was sold to a child. As Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack reports, community members have since learned others are engaging in the same illegal dealings, and they're putting those businesses on notice.
We have learned that 6 out of 10 vape shops like these in Detroit sell to minors, either weed, tobacco, or both. Community leaders are taking them head on, and it all started with an East Side grandma on a mission.
God knows what they're selling these kids.
When Vivian Miles Jackson heard Detroit Hookahs sold weed to her 15-year-old grandson last month, she set up a sting, and it worked.
My grandson goes up to the counter and exchanges money for their marijuana. God forbid something would have happened to my grandson.
They're not even licensed to sell weed, let alone to teens. Detroit police and the city of Detroit moved in quick, papering their door with an orange notice of closure. But sneeze and you'll hit another Detroit hookah.
We just had several community members, 7 actually, confirm the fact that they're doing similar business down here.
Public shaming, even a boycott. That's what these community leaders are here to do Thursday.
We will make it hard for them to sleep because they will not be able to make a living.
We learned 6 out of 10 of these vape shops in Detroit sell tobacco, weed, or both to minors. Is it easy to get?
Pretty much, yeah.
And that's from a 13-year-old. The Detroit hookah shut down at 7 and Ryan was positioned right across the street from Pershing High School.
A student cannot learn if they are under the influence of a drug substance. It's that simple.
A quick prayer inside.
You should be following the law. And right now, he's not following the law.
And Detroit police did show up to step in and help if needed. A clear, unwavering message from these leaders.
If you want a livelihood, respect the people that live in the hood.
We reached out to the owner that is listed to this property at 7 Mile near Van Dyke. He did not get back in time for this story. Sources tell us Detroit police are keeping a close eye on this location. Reporting on Detroit's East Side, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
That's the sound of University of Michigan students protesting the school's support for Israel. The activists demanding the university cut off funding for the country. This isn't the first protest they've had this week. On Sunday, pro-Palestine protesters disrupted the school's honor ceremony. Now the university is considering a new disruptive activity policy that would essentially punish students who disturb the campus's operations.
Crime scene tape surrounds a West Side street in Detroit after a house is shot up on Robeson.
Now, this is actually now the second time it's been hit in just a month. As Fox 2's Dave Kinchin tells us tonight, this time an 18-year-old was hurt.
He got shot in the back. I don't know how bad it is.
J.P. Morgan is on his way to see his 18-year-old son, who was shot after someone opened fire on their house. The scene is one of chaos on Robson Street near Elmira on Detroit's west side, and they've been through this before.
I got grandbabies over there. By the grace of God, wasn't none of my grandbabies in that household.
Investigators are still sorting through the details, but tell Fox 2 the victim is currently being treated for his injuries after the second outbreak of gun violence to take place at the very same house in over a month.
The house is tore up. I just patched all the holes in it, and it's back like the same.
Morgan says his family needs help ASAP.
We was telling the police, you know, if they coming back in the daylight, they gonna come again. They, oh, what we get is wait, somebody contact you. Wait, somebody contact you. They saying somebody been trying to contact us. We ain't had no contact from no police officer, no detectives, and now they came back and shot it up again. So what we supposed to do, lay our heads there?
Morgan says he has family members who are licensed to carry a firearm, but worry that if they return fire, they could be in just as much trouble as the initial shooter. And after being a victim of gun violence twice, he's beyond fed up.
It's like Detroit getting worse and worse, and when it comes to these guns, it's nothing but it get to the point I get tired of looking at the news in the morning, because first thing you're gonna hear is gun violence. This house got shot up. Little girl got shot when she was sleeping. Little girl got shot in the backyard because everybody got a gun. I don't own a gun. What for? And I do security work.
Now, we don't have a motive yet, according to police, in this shooting or the first one for that matter. We'll let you know when we find out more about that. Also, we reached out to the communications office at DPD. We wanted to see if any detectives ever made contact with the family after that first shooting. We will let you know what we find out. At Detroit Police Headquarters, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Yes, baby. I slipped up or something.
Your 8-year-old son will live with the consequences of your slipping up or something for the rest of his life.
A Wayne County judge does not hold back on sentencing day for a father accused of leaving an unsecured gun in his home. His 8-year-old boy found it and shot himself in the head. He miraculously survived. Police say that Kayvon Barrett, as well as other adults in the home, waited 10 minutes before calling 911. Barrett apologized for his actions in court. He will spend 6 months in jail for the crime. Well, brace yourselves. There could be another hike on your electric bill.
DTE is pushing for yet another rate increase. The utility says it's part of a larger plan to transition to a smarter grid. DTE is set to ask the state to allow over $450 million in investment. That would equate to an extra $11 per month on the average bill. But customers we talked to hope DTE reconsiders.
Think about the city of Detroit. Think about the people of Detroit. Give them a break. You already did in December. Let's wait a little bit.
You know, people want to be able to save money, feed their families, so on and so forth. So, am I happy about it? No.
The state attorney general plans to intervene. Dana Nessel says in part, quote, DTE is following their usual playbook, incessant and oppressive rate hike requests, not grounded in reality, but rather based on the financial aspirations of the corporate shareholders. And DTE demands the money without implementing any corresponding accountability or reliability metrics and measures. DTE is captive. Ratepayers in Detroit and elsewhere deserve better than this exploitation, end quote.
When it comes to then making those multiple trips, for example, for a series of radiation therapies or medical infusions, it's just simply not practical for them to come to Ann Arbor.
U of M Health is making a move into Oakland County. The expansion is huge news for those who receive health treatments from the university but don't live near Ann Arbor. U of M purchased 7 acres of land at the former Kmart headquarters in Troy. The property is currently being demolished. U of M hopes to break ground next year and plans to be open for patients in 2027.
Well, we're heading into another holiday weekend with Easter coming up, and we'd love for some nice weather for all those Easter egg hunts that maybe go.
And kids don't want to wear a coat over their Easter outfits. Captain Rich is here to tell us what we can expect.
That's all true. You're right. It would be nice if it were 75 and sunny on Sunday. That's not going to be the case. But if you're looking for sunshine, tomorrow's the day. Notice some light rain passing south of us, north of the Ohio River. Notice some flurries up there north of Sault Ste. Marie, and then quite a bit of rain right along the eastern seaboard. Still some heavy rain southern New England and parts of Massachusetts. But how about live pictures from the Mackinac Bridge? It's quiet up there. It's chilly. 30 degrees at the bridge right now. Here are your daytime highs. We topped out at 50. It didn't feel that warm out there with that breeze, but the sun was nice. 51 Chicago. Numbers cooler up to our north. Escanaba, Ludington, Alpena stuck in the upper 30s. 50 and 26, your official high and low. There are your averages, 51 and 32. And then notice the records, 82 and 4. Nothing close to any records out there, but temperatures are cooling off right now. 31s for Jackson and Ann Arbor, 36 in Pontiac, 34 to our north in Lapeer. There's the breeze. It was windy at times today. Now the winds have decreased, so not a factor heading through the overnight, but certainly it's chilly up around Marquette, 28. There's 44 in Chicago. To our south, 44 Pittsburgh. Chilly in Buffalo, 37 degrees. Watch what happens over the next 36 hours. Area of low pressure is going to come at us for Saturday morning. There it is. Saturday morning is going to be wet around here, but by Sunday, Easter Sunday, all of this is off to our east. So for the rest of tonight, mostly clear skies. It's chilly, down to 28. Tomorrow, we're back to 54, but with less wind, it's going to feel nicer tomorrow. And then right there is the 7-day. Showers likely Saturday, especially early on. Easter Sunday is dry, then more wet weather Monday into Tuesday of next week. Rup and Taryn will check it for you at 4 a.m.
Sounds good, Rich. Thanks. Well, a shocking update to Wednesday's fire scene in Madison Heights.
The two people that were pulled from the house on Harwood Street died because of a murder-suicide. They've been identified as 40-year-old Christopher Spicer and 42-year-old Candace Hawkins. Autopsies revealed Hawkins had been stabbed several times and that Spicer then took his own life. Police believe the fire was then intentionally set.
Authorities catch up to a wanted fugitive in Monroe, and this traffic stop came with a surprise. The Michigan State Police bomb squad had to be called in for a suspected explosive in the suspect's vehicle. This all unfolded at the Pilot gas station on North Dixie late this afternoon. We're told the suspect was wanted for numerous outstanding warrants. A homemade explosive was found in that vehicle. The scene was later rendered safe, and the fugitive is in custody tonight.
Also tonight, a Monroe man looks worse for wear in his mugshot following a fight at a Berlin Township tavern. 48-year-old Jason Kratz has been charged with assault with intent to do great bodily harm. He's accused of stabbing another customer repeatedly at Verna's Bar and Grill last week. Kratz was tracked down by police days after the fight. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Kratz was given a $25,000 bond.